In this presentation, we will focus on WordPress and Drupal and go over what they are, their history, and their similarities and differences to gain a deeper understanding of content management systems. In 2000, Hans Schneider and Dries Beitart set up a system to share their internet connection with 8 of their classmates. They couldn't actively communicate or share with each other, so Dries developed a software to leave digital notes for each other to discuss the network and offline activities. Eventually, new ideas began forming within the community, and the software was applied to things like moderation, syndication, and ratings, among others. WordPress started in 2003 with a single bit of code to enhance the typography of everyday writing, with fewer users than you can count on your fingers and toes. Since then, it has grown to be the largest self-hosted blogging tool in the world, used on millions of sites and seen by tens of millions of people every day. Drupal is a free, open-source content management system. CMS is just another word for software that allows you to organize, manage, and publish your content with a variety of customization options. Open source means there is a highly dedicated community of developers that built it and continuously work to improve it. It is very well regulated, but anyone can contribute to it. Drupal is module-based. This means that instead of needing to write code for every single page and feature on your site, you can instead add modules that have most of the functionality you need in order to start your site. This saves money and time. It is easy to use and doesn't require any technical skills or coding. You just need basic training, and then you're able to add or change a vast amount of the content yourself. The White House website, McDonald's, Nike, Yahoo, Disney, CNN, eBay, Harvard University, as well as the Grammy Awards all use Drupal. As of February 2014, more than 1 million sites are using Drupal. Drupal is a system that allows you to build any kind of website with the highest levels of security, while still minimizing cost and times by utilizing thousands of pre-built themes and modules. All kinds of organizations and companies, from the simplest personal blog to international online stores and government sites, use Drupal. WordPress started out as an internet blogging site, but it transformed into a site to build websites and manage content. It powers more than 70 million sites. What makes WordPress so special is that it's free. This is because of the volunteers that help improve and maintain WordPress. WordPress has thousands of themes, widgets, and plugins, making your own site completely customizable. With WordPress, one does not need prior knowledge or experience with HTML. WordPress has formatted its editing page to resemble Microsoft Word to create an experience that most users have encountered before. They also have a forum for helping to manage your site and fixing any bugs you may encounter. Drupal's self-identified values are flexibility, simplicity, and utility in their product, teamwork, innovation, and openness in their community, modularity, extensibility, and maintainability in their code. Community is a core value of Drupal. It values its community's input and prides itself in its open source. There are many conventions held at different times of the year and in different locations for developers and engineers to meet and discuss ideas. Drupal is also focused on having the most freedom with its product. Drupal is very versatile for the experienced user. Community is also valued by WordPress, but the emphasis is on what WordPress is doing for the community. WordPress prides itself on being easy to use and quick to understand. People who are not technically inclined are able to use WordPress without trouble. Punctuality is also important to WordPress. When a deadline for an update is announced, it's WordPress's promise to make sure that deadline is met. WordPress is especially adamant that anyone can use or modify WordPress for free. WordPress has a more user-friendly interface. There are many themes available to WordPress to make interesting and aesthetically pleasing websites. It is easier to use than Drupal and can be used by those who are not technologically experienced. This comes at a cost, though. Because of the inexperienced user base, the open-source nature of the program, and exploitable holes in the code, approximately 73% of the websites made with WordPress are vulnerable to attack. While Drupal is safer and has more functionality, it is harder to use. An inexperienced user cannot immediately start using it without becoming familiar with the system. It has more modules than most content management systems, but it also has less available themes. Drupal has lots of companies offering support for projects and websites through Drupal. It is very good for creating complex websites with many users. Which is better? It depends. I'm a first-time blogger who has no experience with websites. Which should I use? WordPress is better for those with little experience with CMSs and aren't looking to make complex websites with lots of data storage. I have experience with CMS and website development, and I'm making a website to start a business. Which should I use? Drupal is better for those who have some prior experience with either databases or CMSs and need more functionality out of their website. It can be hard to decide between which CMS to use. An example of a site that used both CMSs is the New York Observer, which switched from Drupal to WordPress in 2011. Here's the site when it was using Drupal, and the site after switching to WordPress. While most of the layout of the website has changed from a horizontal layout to a more vertical one, the core content of the site remains the same to most viewers. This is the opposite for the staff of the website, though. The staff had to deal with many different settings before their content could be published, and this caused lots of issues training the new staff. After changing to WordPress, the content creation process was streamlined and simplified for the site. Although Drupal may be more complicated than WordPress, it doesn't mean good websites can't be made through Drupal. A good example of a professional Drupal-based website would be SonyMusic.com.